Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
From the cradle to the grave, you don't have to be no slave. You need a loan you want to save. Welcome and visitors today. Hey, with a commitment to quality. What? Therefore you and me was one big family, but now it's a community. True. Making life easy. Yes. Like ABC. Don't matter who you are, you can benefit. When you bring your mortgage
with rates as low as 5% and loans for all your needs.
Open an MRA.
Save for your golden years and take advantage of our savings products.
We will finance your business.
Checking accounts, small business loans, wire transfers, and so much more.
NCCU all the way. Wow!
Your community financial partner.
NCCU.
It's Monday, guys. It's Monday. It's Monday. Listen, it's Monday. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Share it live. 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 So glad to have you guys join me here this evening. It's Monday. It's 8:12 p.m. Listen, all you supposed to be on all your bed lying down watching. Oh no, okay? Like that's the bottom line. I've had one of those days. It's been the longest day of the year for me. But it was awesome. Although it was the longest day, it's still awesome. And I am so happy to be here with you guys, to be bringing you live and in living color. Golda is going to be joining me here on the show. Yo, I'm excited. First of all, we had to reschedule the time. So, I'm very transparent. I doesn't lie to all you. I just give it to you on the rocks with no chaser. All right? And we had to reschedule to a later time because I got an opportunity to MC an event. It was originally supposed to be like 1 hour, and then they were just like, we want you for the entire day, and it became something. So I had to I really wanted to talk to Golda. I really did not want to reschedule. I really wanted to be on with you guys today. So here we are. See, I'm really honest. And I just want to say thank you very much, guys, for joining me. Those of you who are now connecting, share the live, Let me know. That's why I'm looking kind of cute, okay? So I'm looking kind of cute tonight because my lashes on. I got lashes. This is 6 a.m. makeup. All right, this is 6 a.m. blush. Listen, that is the best blush I've ever used. It is the LA Girl blush. It's a cream blush. And let me tell you, I put the blush on top of my eyes. Like, it's just like, ooh. Listen, I feel it myself. What can I say? I feel in myself. Somebody say, I don't know why, but you keep freezing. I keep freezing. I don't know why I'm not freezing on my end. I freezing. I frozen. Let me know if you guys see me okay. Give me a thumbs up if you guys see me okay. Hey, hey. Hi, Joanne. I see you. I see you, Joanne Jean-Baptiste. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Sandra. I see you. I'm not freezing, right, Sandra? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, guys. Share the live. Share the live. I don't have to tell you what to do when you come on here. As soon as all you reach here, as all you smell my mouth, as all you see me, all you have to share the live. Right? Freezing. I freezing. Melina say I freezing. OJ, but I not even freezing. I not see me freezing on my end. Why freezing then? What's sorry that freezing up? Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Let me see. Let's see what's going on. Let's fix it, Lord. Let's fix it, okay? Let's see if we can fix it. Let's see if we can fix it. Okay, which internet am I on? I'm on the right internet. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Not just freezing, now frozen cells. Yeah! It's like frozen we. I don't know what's going on! Guys, I don't know what's going on. Sakwe tone bomate. Well, are you hearing me okay, right? Right? I see her and she's like, we good. They're like, I don't know why it's freezing all yourself. But you should have make sure they have digital on the other end. Put it have digital. That's something in Dominica. Probably that's why. Oh, I'm not freezing on my end. I don't know why all you freezing. Oh lad, oh lad. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, I see my Facebook. Okay, oh yeah, I see what all these things. That might be a Facebook issue. Because on my end, I look good. Let me see YouTube. Let's see what YouTube is saying. Y'all hear me though, right? Let's see if I am okay on YouTube. Because if I'm okay on YouTube, then it's definitely a Facebook tip. Alright. Let's see. I'm going on YouTube right now. And if you guys want to check out YouTube with me, you can do that as well. Because we are also live on YouTube. Let me see. All right, I'm just checking on the stream. All right. I don't know, guys. I don't know. If you guys heard me, we can get this on the road, though. They said they heard me clearly, but I'm freezing up. Hearing you in real time, but the visual is not matching. I'm so sorry. Oh! Sapufe. It's girl. Like tomorrow, right? Sapufe. J, keep my day job. Guys, we're gonna go. We're gonna move. You're hearing me? We're gonna move. We're gonna keep it going. And hopefully the problem fixes itself. The only other alternate option is for me to stop the live and restart a new one. But I'm not convinced that will change anything. So we're gonna roll with the punches. If it's a difficulty that it's happening on Golda's end as well, it might just be on my end. It might just be on my end. But if you guys hearing me, like Sanjay's laughing. Sapufe. I want to big up my sponsors. Golda is dying. Golda, I'll be checking. Why am I on with this mad girl this Monday evening? But it's all good. It's all good. We're gonna do this. I want to big up my sponsors. Thank you so very much. To the National Cooperative Credit Union, our community partner, our community financial partner. All right. For sponsoring, you can get your security savings, your MRA retirement account, your young savers deposit account. Christmas, they got stuff going on. They always have deals. I never see a financial institution who toujours need deals. They always have deals, and we're so happy that they could be part of. NCCU has been supporting me. Listen, I have gotten my loan from NCCU. I have I've done so much business with NCCU, and I always feel like NCCU got my back more than any other financial institution in Dominica. And in addition to that, they always supporting your girl. You know, we have to support without supporting us, right? And NCCU has supported, and I want to big up the entire team at the National Cooperative Credit Union because my very first big initiative when I launched Black Island Girl, NCCU was the first one that said, yes, Jael, we believe in your dream and we believe in what you're doing and we want to help you. And that is one of the reasons why I choose NCCU, besides all of the other perks that comes with being with NCCU. I mean, that's one of the reasons why. So if you haven't opened an account yet, or if you don't have an NCCU account, what you waiting for? Get one today. I also want to say thank you very much to Caribe. Y'all know, if I am drinking a tequila, I am drinking a Caribe. That's right. Pear Seco, Caribe, Rosé, Brut, Mimosa. It's distributed by HHB Rothschild and Company Limited, and it is usually my drink of choice. So if I walk into a fete in Dominica and they ain't got tequila, you will see Jael with a Caribe in her hand. That is the bottom line. And they support this. They've supported my initiative, including the Caribbean Music Awards. They've supported this platform, and I want to say thank you in a huge way to Caribe for being a sponsor for this show. The Dominica National Lottery, they are the agents for Blast Gaming, 13 locations island-wide, and Blast has a new game coming, y'all. If you play Blast, they have a new game coming that allows players to win even more. You got to follow the Dominica National Lottery on Facebook for all the details and for the information, right? Because they're going to be launching it pretty soon. All right, guys. I see no more freezing. You see all the excitement. Give it a little speed. Somebody say, when you say the excitement, give it a speed. I like that. The excitement, give it a speed. We ready to go? Okay, Gia, calm down. We ready to get the show on the road. I am trying to make my guest comfortable, okay? And she is laughing, so I know she's good. And we're ready to get started. I've been looking forward. I've followed Golda's career for quite some time, and sometimes people think like, let me tell you, I doesn't follow Koshoni, eh? Like I just putting it out there. Like if I follow you, use a shit. I doesn't follow Koshoni, and I've been watching this girl, and even when she puts out like her content and stuff, her content is so amazing. Dominica, we have some real good, according to Jody, products. Let me tell all you, we have some good products in Dominica, coming from Dominica, right? The other day I was watching this live of this guy. He was, complaining about how, we don't support. I don't know why we don't, like we need to. One of the reasons I must say is when you're the only Dominican in a pack of many, Dominicans will come on hard and support you. Let me tell you, they doesn't play. Like you win something and you're the only Dominican in the pack, it's Dominicans that support you. Because they don't mess around when it comes to that. But oftentimes, when you are multiple Dominicans in a crowd of Dominicans, guys, you say call it two focus you. When they're ready to give you me they just give you me they're ready to give it to you. When they're ready to salary you, you will get a piece of salary. Big up to you, Edgar Hunter, on the live one time. Share the live, y'all. I followed Golda, and Golda is an amazing artist. I mean, the kinds of things she does, I want to get to know her personally. I want to get to know more about what she does. I want to be able to share with you guys all of the stuff that she's doing, and I want you guys to follow her as well. I feel like, this platform was created so I could share people's stories and people can fall in love with artists and entrepreneurs and business owners and whatnot. And I really hope that you are inspired by Golda today, because I was inspired. I because I have an executive assistant. Yes, I do. I've had an executive assistant for years. And let me tell you, I was like, we need to get Golda on the show. He's like, say less, Jael, say less. Right? I'm like, I've been following her, and I was the one who suggested it. It didn't pop up. She didn't come to me. She probably checking me. I don't think I'm on Jael show me. I don't know what she was saying. She was probably saying me, Jael, probably because people think I'm fresh. I don't know why. Some people think I'm fresh. And she probably saying me, Jael, probably don't be on her show. some people that say, but who is me now? All that I just get. Listen, I just get it all. However, I was like, we need to get Golda on the show. And that is why we were not rescheduling today because I made sure that we got Golda on the show. And Samaj did an awesome job. I want to big up Samaj. Samaj is behind the scenes, and Samaj is also one of my producers with me, and he does a wonderful job. He knows how to take my lead and my initiatives and all of these things. And I love how he absolutely loves my big ideas because I always have them coming up from somewhere with big ideas. So big up to you, Samaj, at one time for making this happen tonight and organizing everything and being the intermediary party between me and Golden. All kind of rate happened this night on the highway. All kinds of stuff happened this evening. But we're here and I'm ready. Let's get Golden. I talk enough. I need to shut up now and bring on the woman of the hour. Make some noise and welcome to the show for the very first time, Golda.
Thank you. I really enjoyed that intro.
You did?
I did. I did.
What do you enjoy about it?
You're just a nuisance. Hilarious. Sapu fair, sapu.
I mean, like, it's Creole tomorrow. I was getting ready.
No, you definitely took the edge off of whatever it is I was experiencing. I appreciate it. Yeah.
You feel good now?
Yeah, come on.
No much Lolo.
Yeah. Yes. Girls, yes. Oh my god.
Welcome to the show, Golda.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Like I said, I've been following your career, and people are saying Golda is an amazing person. You're gonna fall in love with her, but it's a trap, I promise. People are on the line. Hey, Golda, share the live. We want the whole world to know about Golda. Share the live. I have 36K followers that we need them to know about Golda, right?
Yeah.
Make sure if 36K, if every single one of them hit a like or hit a share, right? Imagine how far people are far and wide. People are gonna. Majority of my audience is between the United States, Dominica, Antigua, and Saint Lucia, and that's where that's where people are from. That's where my stats say, and we really want the world to know about you, and I'm so grateful that you found time in your busy schedule because you got so much shit going on for Jael, to come on Jael just live. You know how they say that they say giving quasi, they say she was in New Jael.
After all, no man, after all. I absolutely love you, Jael. Absolutely.
That's not a lot of people that say that. They just say it in secret, but they cannot say it publicly. So thanks for saying it publicly. All right, you're an amazing individual. Golda, you made it on Jael.
Who said that?
Joanne.
That's my cousin.
Joanne's like, you made it on Jael. She's worth Jael. Joseph live. Hello. She's worth it. Hello. Of course. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Sapu. Right. We're on, guys. Golda, I want to know a little bit about you, and I want to know a little bit about your upbringing. Where in Dominica are you from? And share with us a little bit about where you went to school, what schools you attended. We just kind of want to get to know a little bit about you.
Gotcha. So I'm from Salisbury, Dominica, and I attended. Well, let's start from scratch. I went to Creche Green School.
Creche,
yes, you know already. So from Creche,
Creche.
Yeah, and from Creche to St. Martin Primary School, from St. Martin Primary to Convent High School, and that was it. That was my experience in Dominica in terms of schooling. Yeah.
Wow. So you were born and raised in Salisbury?
Mm-hmm. Salisbury / Roseau, because my father is from Roseau. So it was like a balance. But for the most part, I was living in Salisbury.
Okay.
For the most part.
Okay.
But it was a Salisbury / Roseau kind of thing.
All right. So who are your parents? Like, who are your parents in Dominica? Because you say your father in Roseau.
Yeah. So my dad, well, he passed a couple years ago. He was George Andrew. My mother, Maina Scotland Andrew, Maina Magdalene Scotland Andrew, she she's pretty known in church, and also her job. She used to work with the government. She was a chief protocol officer for the prime minister. Can I is it prime minister? Oh God, I don't want to give the wrong information. She was the chief protocol officer
For the government.
in the ministry for the government. Yes, yes, and she's very known, very popular in church. So yeah, these are my parents.
My condolences again on your dad passing.
Thank
I
you.
know it's always difficult to lose a parent. I've lost both, so I know.
Oh man,
I'm an orphan girl. I'm an orphan. So I lost them both in the same year.
what? My condolences. Oh my, how long ago was that?
That was a while ago. That's 2011. So it's been a while. So I've had some time to deal with it, not, but it's a work in progress. It's always a
Yeah.
work in progress. But it's not easy losing a parent,
No.
especially if you're very close to them, and when they mean so much to you, like you look up to them, and all of these things. So I understand. I overstand. I always tell people, when people lose family, I'm like, girl, just call me. You can cry on my shoulder, because I understand.
Yeah.
So you were brought up between the two communities, or community and the city.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And when did you start, like, because you're like a multifaceted artist, like you do like so many. I feel like it's like a concoction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand.
When did you start, and what did you start doing? I think that's what I should just say, because I'll leave the word artist
Mm-hmm.
big as possible, and we'll kind of hone in on everything as we go along.
Yeah, yeah. Damn. Started not professionally. The first song I ever wrote, it was for my confirmation when I was 14 years old. It was a Jesus song, and but
You
I
remember the song? You remember the song?
yeah, it's a little cringe, Don't make me sing it now, please. Don't make me sing it. But I remember it. I remember it. But it was for confirmation. It was churchy because I was a churchy girl back then. And then, but I was not. I never imagined myself to be doing music on some, professional level for the world to see. It's only after I went to college in Miami-Dade College,
Mhm.
and I met up with some people, and I started doing background vocals for underground rappers.
Wait, you're moving too fast.
Sorry, slow down, slow down.
Wow. Let's go back. So
Yeah.
you first discovered that you had your voice at 14, or was that younger?
Okay, it was younger. I was like, it was much younger. What song it was? It had a song when I was like, hey, my voice can do that. It was that song by Cleopatra, Life Ain't Easy. Life Ain't Easy, yeah. And I was singing it, and I was like, oh, it was like an aha. But that's when I really kind of like just got into it and just kind of started imitating people that I admired. Like in terms of learning how to sing, how I learned how to sing is just imitating the artists that I admired.
Nice.
And
So who
yeah,
was some of your favorite artists? Like, some of the people that you absolutely like. You talk about Cleopatra being like the aha moment.
I was a kid. It was the aha moment. But like to say artists that really like helped me develop my voice.
Mhm.
Okay. Artists in terms of artistry, I will say my biggest inspiration was Missy Elliott. I'm old school. I was born in the 1980s, so it had to be Missy Elliott. And
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
yeah, but I'm talking about like, ooh, suck it to me like you know.
Yes, I can stand the rain.
Exactly.
Yes.
Come on. So it was that. But in terms of really learning how to sing and just imitating, you're gonna laugh. In sync.
That's okay. Let me tell you, I was at an event on the weekend, and they were playing Backstreet Boys, and I was like, bye bye, and I'm like, I know how to do all the dances.
Yeah. It was them. Like that were influential. That was my high school years. It was In Sync. It was a little bit of Whitney. Because I mean Whitney's Whitney. You can't Whitney. You can try as hard as you can, but Whitney's gonna be Whitney. A little bit of In Sync, definitely Usher. Oh my god, Usher in a major way. Different. And then I was very into old school. So there was Earth, Wind and Fire, and there's Stevie Wonder, and there's um it's Dinah Washington, Lena Horne, Carmen McRae. It's a combination of artists that I just lost myself into, and just really Billie Holiday, just Frank Sinatra. Like it's a
Now,
lot.
Golda, like, with all of this love, because we grow up in the islands,
Mm,
and sometimes I feel like you can love all the musicians you want and all the singing in the world.
mm.
Your parents tell you you're not going to school for that. What was that like in terms of your parents' involvement in terms of recognizing that you could sing and even allowing you to pursue that sort of dream, if that was even a dream then, back then?
Okay, as a kid, that's the furthest thing from any of my parents' minds. Any of them as a kid. Like Golda just sings well. Golda sings well. I don't know if my mommy believed that I could sing that well. I don't know if she did. She doesn't really it wasn't something that she really expressed.
Hmm.
My daddy, he was he was very proud of me, but he was neither here nor there. He I wouldn't say he was super present, but whenever he saw me, perform, he was very proud of me.
Hmm.
But I I'd like to say that my mommy support my parents, they supported me in their own way. My mother, she's very religious, so she would have appreciated more if I was more singing church songs and all that. So, there's that little conflict.
Hmm.
But I think later in life, when I started, they started really seeing the extent of my talent. It was like, oh, okay. But as a kid, no, it was probably Gola like noticing, or it was probably something more like that. Gola like noticing.
But Golda, you used to perform, like, besides like the church stuff, you
Hmm.
started singing and performing at different things. Share with us some of the different places that you sang and you performed. And because a lot of times
Hmm.
we take some, like, with the compliments that people give us, and we're like, damn, I really good, man.
Hmm.
Like I that was it for me. People be like, girl, you got a nice voice. Like, you have a nice voice. I
Yeah.
can't sing, but I can talk. Like,
Yeah.
but even like people like Gentleman was like, when Gentleman met me, he's like, your voice, you should be a singer. And I'm like, probably, but probably in another life, like, I
Yeah.
don't know this. What was it like for you, like, growing up and in Dominica and people hearing you sing, not just at home, but out in public?
I tell you what. So it's really after I returned from college, studying in college, because I was in Florida for about 6 years, doing the whole underground singing and messing around with the different producers and artists over there. It's when I returned home, I really just got immersed in
Really?
Dominican culture. I was not really, and that was like, I was 21, like 21, 22. So I really got immersed into the Dominica entertainment environment when in my early 20s.
What was that like? Because it's odd that you would say that, because normally, well, two things happen. When Dominicans go outside to study,
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes they don't want to come back.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, peace in the Middle East. Babylon, me not come back. I
Yeah.
turn a big stone. Bye bye. Right?
Mhm,
And
mhm,
when they come back, and oftentimes when they come back, it's almost like you're forced to be back.
mhm.
And they feel like they're in a rut, because a lot of times the opportunities that they want are not presenting themselves
Right.
in the speed they would want it to, or sometimes it never presents itself, right? For you coming back, okay, so you leave Dominica first. Let's take it there. You leave Dominica, you go overseas to
Mhm,
study, and
mhm,
you spend 6 years overseas. What
mhm.
did you go to study, and what was that experience like, studying in the US and then coming back home?
Hmm, boy.
I like the hummus. I
So,
like the
so let me tell you. So initially, how do I even say this? I w- Initially I was supposed to do nursing, and then yeah, no, yeah, it was never gonna happen. Listen, that was what I was supposed to do, but halfway through it, I was like, no, no, not at all, never. So in order for me to have some type of stability, I just transitioned into business, and I graduated college with my business administration and management degree. So what I initially came over for, which I wasn't necessarily a fan of it, because I'm far from um I ended up not doing that, and I ended up switching over to something more generalized, something more marketable, so that I could survive in this world. Bear in mind, when I came over there, I had no intentions of being in music. Like, it was just okay, Golda, you're over here in the US, you got to make something out of it. You're not doing nursing anymore. Just, you have to focus on something. And business was what it was, because you could get a job with business. You could get any job with business.
So how did the singing find you in the US?
So it was while I was in college, in Miami-Dade College, when I was doing nursing, is when I met some friends that were into music. And it was actually a talent show at Miami-Dade College. And I went and sang this NSYNC song. And then this girl was like, okay, no, I need to manage you. And then she took me in, and with her I just did I was, listen, let me tell you, I was in the I was in the trenches. Like, I'm looking back on it, I'm like, Golda, like, the places that you were, like, I used to be recording in studios, and they would hear somebody open the door, and then it would be late in the night, and they'd hear somebody opening, like they'd hear somebody outside, and as soon as they hear somebody outside, you're like, look, like, with their shotguns, like, ready to find out, like, what is going on, like, who's out there, like, kind of, it was like a tense situation. I was doing background vocals for rappers, like Miami-Dade County rappers, like rappers, and rapping was there.
Those rappers, let me tell you,
Yeah.
invited me to Class Money, invited me to what place he was
I was
performing.
Class is my cousin.
And let me tell you, so we ended up not going because there was a storm.
Mhm.
But my cousin's like, we're not going there. I'm like, I go in because I tell him I go in and I don't really. If he goes, Jael, like Gonzalo, and others. I was
Listen to
I was
me.
like, I will survive. I'm like, I am going, and and because that's the life. That is like,
Mhm. Yeah, it was, but back then I was fearless. I didn't care. I was young. I was 18. So it
absolutely.
was, I mean, I see them loading their shotgun every time they heard something outside, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's just the vibe there. They be passing. There were times when I was in the studio and they were packing up like little packs of, can I say that? They were packing up for sale. They were gonna sell stuff.
They
And
were
I
gonna
was,
sell stuff.
yeah,
They were mass production.
yes, yes, yes. And in retrospect, I was like, oh my God, look at where I placed myself. But let's, to not stray, these were the people I did background vocals for. And I just, at some point, I just started writing my own stuff. I was like, oh wait, I can do this. Like, I can
But
write.
you know what this sounds like to me? I don't know if you ever follow like Jaguar, right?
Yes, a
Oh
little bit.
my God. Like your story
Mm.
is so similar because she's done background vocals for some of the hardest, but some of the baddest people
Yes,
out
yes.
there.
Hmm.
And people don't know that. Like all of the Jay-Z back
Yeah.
she be doing that, and like all of these like
Hmm.
really cool stuff. So
Hmm.
there you are in Miami. What happened that made you like probably halt this, or was it just ending? University college was
Yep.
ending and it was time to go back, like
Yep.
what exactly was it? Because oftentimes, like I was saying, like when I say we, because I talk in general, when
Mm.
we reach America, you know, sometimes we just forget and for big
Mhm.
stone and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
not go back,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Whether we have papers, whether we don't have papers, whether we have
Mm.
dry bread, we gone. What
Yeah, yeah.
was it like transitioning back and saying I'm going back?
Transition. What was it like transitioning back to Dominica lifestyle?
Mm-hmm.
Dominica, it was a little tough. It was scary because, I mean, 6 years I left at 17, no, 16. I returned at 21, 21, 22, around there. So it was like, it was a little culture shock. And listen, as much as I am Dominican and I'm surrounded by buyo and soca, I was not into it when I left. It's only returning back I really got in touch with my Caribbean side. So I was I remember when I joined Cicero Singers, and just to give an example of what it was, Auntie Paul wanted me to do a folk song, and the way I was enacting the folk song, she stopped and she was like, "You too hip hop." So so it was like, yeah, there were certain things like I had to kind of like acculturate, or
Mm-hmm.
I had to kind of get back into it. I had to get back into who I am. And I think me returning to Dominica was the greatest thing that could ever happen to me. It was scary back then, but it was, oh my God. I don't know. I would not be the artist I am today if I did not make that turn back.
Wow. So you come back to Dominica and
Mhm.
you mentioned you joined. What propelled you first to join the Sister Singers?
Because from when I think the first time I ever saw a show, I was like a preteen, and
Mm-hmm.
I just was so I I amazed. I never heard Dominicans sound like that. It was sounding like it wasn't it wasn't rough like belly, like it
Mm.
was just smooth, and there was harmonies, and it was almost like a refined slavery. It was fun slavery, especially like when I
God,
say
it was fun. Slip,
I'm talking about like because the folk section is they were it's kind of like old school. It's kind of like
yeah.
very cultural. It's like we going way back.
It's
You
like
know,
very. It's not. It's beyond nostalgia.
yeah, you know what I
Beyond-
mean.
Yeah.
So, but then Auntie Paul just gave it like a universal twist. It was palatable. It was Dominican culture served on a platter, and it was just beautiful. It was a way that I never saw it before, and when I returned, I was like, I have to become a part of this choir. I have to be a part of it. So that was my biggest. I think this was my baptism back into Dominican culture. It was through
Mhm.
the Sister Singers, and then I started working with producers like Dada. Dada Lawrence was one of the first producers that I worked with, and he really got me in there. Like he. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but the Dada that I knew, Dada Lawrence, he he's so patriotic, and he was everything that he spoke about was just pushing the culture forward. And he wanted to kind of give Karas a twist, like a modern type of feel.
Mhm.
And with with him, I did a Karas song, and it was a song. I don't know if you heard it on the radio before, but it was like Dase Hero. Dase avec
Yes.
majestic. So I did that with him, and I did another song with him. Both of them that I performed at World Club Music Festival eventually. But with Dada, it wasn't only just Karas. I got introduced to Calypso. I wasn't into Calypso. And Dada, like working with Dada, I got to do backgrounds on so many Calypsonian songs. Like geez, like Soul Fools, like the big man, he big, he have a big belly. I can't remember his name, but he big, like he poor. I can't remember. Huh? No. You know what? Prosper. Yes, like Dice. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm like, I wish I had to sing "The Belly Big" like Akusha.
Prosper. Who else? No, I have another one.
Did you do dice? Did you do
I did
back?
Dice. I did Dice,
Okay.
and it was during that time it was a pleasure working with him. He really I had an appreciation for culture and Dominica Calypso, um, Caras. It was through him. So one thing I'm grateful for was that experience with him, because that mixed with Cicero Singers, it just kind of catapulted me. Like I would say that maybe before I wasn't as proud of my culture,
Mhm.
because prior to going to America, I was not a person that went out much. I was very much a home girl. So everything that I looked at, my social life was Disney Channel, Nickelodeon. It was very much Americanized. I
Mhm.
didn't go to jams. I wasn't a jam person. That wasn't something my mommy allowed me to do. So and my social life was not as social as I guess much
Are,
teens.
are you an only child?
I am. I think that had a lot to do with it too.
So you have only child syndrome too.
Yeah, something like that. Something
Girl.
like that. I heard. I guess I'm an only adult now, but yeah. So I wasn't really proud of my culture. I guess also knowledge. I didn't have much knowledge about it. I didn't care to know about it. I was just always in the house, so
Mhm.
that's what I was exposed to. But returning, oh man, that was I. I felt like I missed out, but I definitely took as
I also kind of get where you're coming from. I always wish I could sing. And even when you were talking about like sister singers, like I always felt, although a few people have said to me, Jill, if you did voice training, I think you would be able to hold a tune and whatever, whatnot. But I just always felt like I couldn't sing,
Mm,
and it was always like I remember like hearing about sister singers and being like, damn, I would love to be part of that group. It was always just something that
yeah.
you, as a woman growing up who loved culture,
Mhm.
this is like, it was like your hashtag goal, you know something that she wanted to do. My mom really loved, like, Independence was her favorite time of the year.
Mhm.
And my mom was hardcore Pentecostal, right? Hardcore Pentecostal. But we were at cultural gala every year because she loved culture, anything to do with culture. She loved it. She would dress us in our wub diet and our tekase and put our little lipstick on the cheek, bring us to take pictures and stuff. So
Yeah.
because we were so much in, like, we grew up around that, around knowing that she had such a love for it. Like, Sister Singers was like, oh my god, I wish I could sing with Sister Singers. Like, it was just something.
Aw.
I know, eh? I never had the opportunity to. I was deprived. But anyways, like, you started doing this, and like you rightfully say, like, even getting involved in, like, calypso and stuff. Like, I always heard calypso at home
Mm.
because my dad loved Trinidadian calypso, and he would help write or compose some of the calypsos that was sang.
Mhm.
But I never liked it until I got into radio, and I fell in love with it
Mm.
in a freaky way. Like, I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I need to go to Stardom 10. I start up
Mhm.
on Wednesday. I
Yeah.
must camp, and you'll swear I is a Porto calypso lover, Like, so I understand, like, when you're talking, I understand how you feel, like, you felt like deprived of something, and now
Yeah.
you have an opportunity to understand it, but
Mhm.
understand it in the most authentic way by people
Yes.
who also love it. It's just like, shit, where
Yeah.
was I the whole time?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is exactly what happened.
So I,
And
so I get it.
yeah, and so I had that opportunity with him. Like, he exposed me to that. And I mean, I performed with, I used to, for a period, just for a period, I performed with Fanatic. Um w- um I think Colin wasn't in the country at that time, so I just kind of filled in for a spot for a little bit. Uh it was an experience. It was an experience. The thing is, right? So here's the thing, because you can be in love with the culture, but not necessarily like it doesn't necessarily, it's not something that comes natural to you, because as much as I lived in Dominica, I was still far removed, right? So imagine me coming from Florida, no, just being in Dominica and performing with Fanatic and singing soca songs, and like, having to kind of give a little bit of, like, explore my jump and wave side. Like, I never was a jump and wave artist. I was never somebody that was like, hand in the air, and I was never that. So it was I think this was one of my toughest experiences being in Fanatic. It was, because I mean first of all, I was with Cornell, like Cornell Phillip. Like, in my mind, that is the maker of
Goat.
your music. Like, I had a lot of respect for him. And Elas, I I did my best, in the band,
She's
but
like, I did my best, and the Lord did the rest.
yes, yes, because I mean, yeah, I could sing, but there's a certain there's a certain type of thing about,
Je ne sais quoi
yeah,
that
that
comes with
it has to
being
be
a
authentic. And I wasn't I wasn't the girl. I was like, put your hand in the air, and I wasn't that.
or roll your body. Let me
Yeah,
see you roll this way. Let me see you roll that
come on
way.
now, I wasn't a roll your body, and
That
then
doesn't look like you.
exactly. But I mean, and he noticed that. So then he gave me, he used to give me pop songs. But then, now, when you give somebody pop songs to sing in a jam, like, it wouldn't resonate with an audience who is not pop. Who is, imagine Dominican singing, "Today I don't feel like doing anything." That was one of the songs, that I performed. But Dominicans,
I just wanna think.
yeah, but I mean, imagine being in a jamming night and somebody singing that for you. Like, you're not gonna really be
Mhm.
Dominicans will sound about you. So that was a hell of an experience. It was a heck of an experience, but it was a necessary experience. And so yeah, that was my experience with him. And then I also,
Did you feel like that was like a founding moment for you, in terms of, like, you found your voice, what you gravitated to? Because you love folk, you love singing with sister, you love all of that,
Mhm.
but it just sounds to me like I can love all of these things, but it doesn't mean I have to do it for a living.
Yes, you nailed it. You
Yeah.
nailed it. That is exactly what it was. It was okay. So I don't have to, and I used to get pressure like, how you can be a Dominican artist and not singing soca? You need to be singing soca. You need to be singing Dominican songs. And I'm like, I hear you. I couldn't relate to it. I could not relate to it. I enjoyed, but you can enjoy something and just not relate to it, but with time, you get older, you get an appreciation for it. So I that is why I'm so like, one day you'll see me singing a certain genre, then another day you'll see me singing another genre. It's just an appreciation for all. I'm not specifically Dominican. I'm not specifically not Dominican, but like Dominican music.
Music.
I'm not specifically Caribbean music. I'm not specifically reggae.
Mhm.
I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying my musical experience. I don't want to be placed in a box. And that is the way I go about it. And you're right. You nailed it. How you said it. You nailed it.
What was it like performing at World Korean Music Festival? Now doing something that is not necessarily authentic to you,
Hmm.
but being on a stage where your country's music is loud or the loudest. What was that like?
It was awkward. It was awkward. Jael, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, Jael. I was like, what am I doing? I wrote this song. I wrote this song. It's a nice little
Mhm.
caras. The songs were nice, but I was like, ugh, I felt like a square peg in a circular hole. Like, it just didn't feel right. I wasn't in myself. I didn't feel like I was authentic to it. I wrote that song for the purpose of the Ade Padas album,
Mhm.
and for the purpose of the project that I had with uh, with with um with data. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I felt authentic to it. It just means that I can write that. I can write that. If you want me to write that genre, I'll write it. But it
Yeah,
doesn't.
but that's a really good skill though, Golda, because you can essentially write for people that are associated with that genre,
Yeah.
and you don't necessarily have to sing it. And I think that is also a problem with being an artist in Dominica. And I'm actually working with a young person right now,
Mm,
and I was saying to that young person,
mm,
what do you love to sing? And they told me what they love to sing.
mm,
And they said to me, but somebody's asking me to sing this with them. I was like, okay, do you think that singing this with them is
mm,
going to make you brighter than them, pop? Do you think you're gonna be the shit when you're done singing it? Or
mm,
do you think you're carrying them? Do you
mm.
think they want you on there to carry? And the person, she said to me, I honestly feel like I don't really care for that genre,
Yeah.
but I'll only do it if I'm going to shine, right? And I had to say, well, but there's your answer.
Yeah.
There's your answer. You can write for anyone
Mhm.
as long as you love music and
Yeah.
you love the genre. You don't have nothing wrong with the genre.
Yeah,
It's just that that's not what makes. I can be explicit. That's what make you come when you want to sing. But you get what I'm saying? It's like
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
it doesn't come out in your bio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Write it and you can live it and you
Yeah.
can enjoy it and you
Yeah.
can embrace it, but it's just not part of the Golda.
Yeah. The way I treat songs is on a case by case basis. Oh, you
Mhm.
want Buyo? Okay, you're doing a Buyo song. Okay, cool. Let's do Buyo. We Buyo, and then when I'm done with it. Okay, on to the next. All right, we rolling with soca. Oh, R&B now. Okay, so we rapping now. Okay, let's go. Oh, we doing acapellas. Let's do acapellas. Full thought. I hop around, and it's an independent artist privilege, because when you're with a label, they, in order for you to have a specific audience, they put you in a box. They have to, because they
Yeah.
have to be able to market you. I don't even know who my audience is, and I'm fine with that. That's okay.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna talk a little bit about that because you've done a lot of voice and songwriting,
Mm,
and developed that through working on jingles with major organizations.
mhm.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? What was that like? Because um, like for me, I don't consider, well, I guess I'm an artist in my own right,
Mhm.
but like even people will reach out to me to do ads for them, And oftentimes I'm just like, as a matter of fact, I've actually sang on a few jingles,
Eh,
and people don't even know it's me that's singing. Yes.
okay, boy.
Yes. Clint will tell me, Jael, just sing the thing, you know,
Ah,
and I'll sing it, and I'm like, Jael, Ashanti, man.
ah,
But there are some ads I would not do
mm,
for multiple reasons. And like lately, I've been doing a lot of like ads for like the Saint Lucia market,
mm.
because they like the fact that I speak Creole and I
Ah,
can do my ads in Creole as well.
yeah.
You don't have to translate it for me. I can translate it for myself, and I do it.
Mhm.
And I'm asking this to say, like, what was that like for you? Because oftentimes, like you just talk about being a square peg in a round hole, or being a round peg in a square hole, whichever one
Mm.
it is. What was that like for you working with various organizations? Because oftentimes they feel like because you're good at singing that you must be able to do all of these things.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
talk to us about that.
That shit was so much. Can I say shit?
Yeah, you can say shit.
That shit was so much fun. That was listen. I had so a lot of my jingles I did it with Ilson Matthew.
Hmm.
And with jingles, you can just go anywhere. Like it fed the genre hungry side of me. So
Hmm.
when I did the NBD, make dancing easy, you no dancing banking. We make banking easy. We make banking easy. Like that was my little soca. That was my little soca. When I do the Minions, Sunday to Monday morning, all day till evening, just keep on. It was a it was a different type of rock meet sweet boyo in the end. We were playing, we were genre hopping, we were playing, we were having fun. Even the Meals on Wheels. Early, we put good food on your plate. You know the prices are great. Meals on Wheels. That was what you call dun, 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 dun. That was like some kind of old school rock, like 1960s kind of soft rock. When you like,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
it was, and Elson. What I really love about Elson is the fact that he is a musical. What do you call it? What do you is it a gecko? The ones that change to the environment, like he's not just but it's
Chameleon.
chameleon. This is Elson. I mean, the type of music he's doing. No, you could never tell, but I have some tracks with Elson, and you would like he could go in so many directions, and I had a lot of fun doing these things with him. Um, so it was fun doing the jingles for all these different companies. NCCU, we are the NCCU, a service dedicated to you. It was fun. Like I enjoyed it. I remember I did a jingle for what do you call it, USAID and OECS. Is it OECS? It was the jingle for climate change. Rally, rethink, rally, respond. Da 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 da. It was. I did that with Yuri, another amazing producer, but you probably wouldn't know because he's a photographer now and everything. Um, I very much enjoyed all of the jingles that I've done because I didn't have to stay in a box. I didn't have to sing a certain way. I could go anywhere as long as I deliver the message.
Yes. Yes.
That was fun.
Yes. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you took a break at some point.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I did.
why did you take? Based on what I learned, it was a 6 year break.
It was a long little process. Long little.
Why did you take a break?
It's a mixture of reasons. I was very much involved. So in the between the years of 2011 to 2014, I was very much involved. I was performing live. I was doing jingles. I was sister singers. I was very much involved in music. And initially, I got into it because I liked it. I liked it. I had fun doing it. It was a passion. And then it became serious. I became a part of a label. I became a part of I was being managed, and then it no longer was fun. Like it became something like a duty,
Job.
like a job. Let me tell you that. So I used to sing like little happy hours at Fort Young. Big
Mhm.
up Fort Young real quick because I mean they gave me exposure because of Fort Young. I was able to perform, have my own set at a jazz and Creole fringe event. So I really appreciative of that. Um, during my time performing at Fort Young, I think it was Wednesday or something. It was some stuff, but I remember going and then feeling like, okay, I have to go sing for people. And it was I was singing, I was giving my all, and people was eating and drinking, and I'm like, I remember one time one of the waitress, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, I know, never coming back there again. was when I was singing, they're like, can you keep it down a little bit? I remember talking to my manager at the time. Yuri was my manager at the time. I was a part of Allegro Worldwide record label, and he and the late Kevin Richards were managing me. And I remember telling him that situation, and I was like, yo, I'm not even the main course. I'm not even the dessert. He said, Gola, you are the salad. Yuri A. Jones, tell me, Gola, you are the salad. You are the salad. I was like, uh-huh. It was all these little things. Like, I'm not about to be singing my heart off, and then one of the waitresses coming over and telling me to take it down a notch. No, I don't want to ever be the artist that sings on the side of the road.
You don't want to be a salad.
I don't want to ever be that. I don't want to sing at restaurants unless you come in to see me specifically. Like, Golda is the act, you finish it, food not distracting you, and then Golda is the and it's not because people, there's this thing that they say, artists, we need to pay our dues, or whatever the heck that is. Like, so basically you have to kind of like just take the scraps, because that's part of it. Like, if it means you have to be singing in a train station or on the road while people walk, I don't pay my dues. I'm not doing that. And if I'm going to be a salad, it's going to be a salad at my restaurant, at mine. But it took me some years to sit back and say, okay, Gola, you enter music because you love doing music. I know you're doing it and you're not happy. It's like you just,
you are a salad.
Yes, like, what are you doing? So I take a break, and I made myself, I broke my own heart, because I mean, how can I just stop doing music? I broke my own heart. I took the time to figure, okay, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? What brought you here? And it was, I just love it, right? And when I was younger, I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be known. I wanted to be respected. Not younger as in like my 20s. And as time went by, it was like, I don't want that. I ultimately, I want happiness, right? And I'm chasing that, the happiness. And happiness comes when I'm in front of my computer and I'm recording my vocals and I'm singing and I play, and I'm in the zone. I'm in the creative zone, and that energy that I'm getting. And then I play it in my car. I love it. And then, so that's one part of the happiness. But then it's like you're cooking a nice food and you're alone not eating it. No, I want to now share it with the world. And if it means I have 1-2 audience, that's fine. I 1-2 people watching, that's fine. I made it. It's nice. Now you come into my restaurant, you don't only get in salad, you get in dessert, you get in the main course, you get in that ribeye, you get in everything. But I'm not going to be in somebody else's restaurant and they giving me being their half-ass salad. No, you get in that full salad at my restaurant. And so that's how that whole period was for me. Basically, it was like a come to Jesus moment where, why are you doing this? I'm doing this because I love it. And when I start to not love it, I'm not going to stop doing music. I'm going to stop doing what makes me not love it. And it's certainly not the music part. So I hope I didn't lose you.
No, you found me. You found me. I still did. So during that 6 years of my day, what were you doing?
Living, pull up, getting in relationships, breakups, to makeups, and just basically getting material for my songs that I released, or the things I'm just living. Like, we need to live. I was, and then every now and then I do a little charity, but charity meaning, like, let's say somebody say, hey, Gola, I want some background vocals. Yeah, come on, I'll do it. And I do it for free. And I did it for free. I didn't care, because it wasn't about the money. I didn't ever want it to be about the money, because that's
so you were getting content.
Yes, I was creating content. I was definitely getting content, and I have so much content you wouldn't understand. That's basically what was going on.
No, you were curating the content.
Yeah, basically. I was out here.
Wow. So in the 6 years you were so besides like were you working? Like were you
Oh yeah,
employed?
yeah. I was
So talk to us about your what you did during that
I
time.
I never was not working. So I was I'm a singer, but I'm also an IT analyst. So it this
Ah,
is what financed my very expensive hobby, my 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 day job, right? Um and I didn't 100% abandon music. I did little stuff on the side. Like I did little backgrounds when I was asked to, like for instance, I remember I did some backgrounds for Colton. I did some for Melcher and Nai. I was active, but I just wasn't doing it in the business way. I was doing it in the way that I loved, where it fulfilled me and I was happy. And I didn't want anything from it. I was just enjoying the process. And working and like I said, living. But I will say, there was a so it was during Hurricane Maria. Hurricane Maria was the time that I really got back into doing music, because I remember post Hurricane Maria, you reached out to me to do a soundtrack for his time lapse film about called Rebirth. I don't know if you ever saw it, but he basically went into nature and he just pretty much captured, like Dominic was just after Maria, you know how it looked like. He went into nature, where everything was just kind of like
he won something for that, right?
I,
I think he might have won something.
I don't know, maybe. But he definitely, he took videos. He did a time lapse film of just little aspects of just nature recovering, just rebirthing. And he told me he wants me to write a soundtrack to that, and I did. I in that whole process, it was cathartic for me, because it was my rebirth too. It was, me kind of like just being done with music, and then me coming back slowly but surely, but now doing it on my terms. Without the influence of others, without the input of others, without you have to market to a certain crowd. You need to know I'm doing it on my terms. I don't care if it don't make sense. I'm doing it on my terms, in my time, when I can, and
Oh, I want to do it.
how I want to do it. And when I did this project with him, it was successful, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to do stuff my own way, and that's where my sonicals came from, where I write
What?
songs.
No, breaks. Keep it out. I want to go to the chat because I've been sorry. I've been very much engrossed in
Oh,
this conversation,
mm,
and have slightly ignored you guys, but I love you. I love you all. And I just want to shout out the folks who are in the chat,
mm.
especially the folks who are sending the stars. Allison Pelty, thank you for the stars. Love you. I see people making noise because apparently they didn't get a notification that this interview was happening, so they're making the hailing. Up to you, D Sugar and Niver and big up to Zavi Jackie, who's on the live as well. And people are screaming and tagging folks. Tag your friends, share the live. Um, Zavi Jackie saying, imagine people get in relationships to create content. Well,
Yo, I hate Jackie. I love her. I love her. That's my girl.
listen, yes, we do. We do get into relationships
Ugh.
to create content. That's the thing. I mean, it's a hell of a thing,
Yeah.
right? I talking about the song Rebirth. Jackie
Mm.
saying that this song is awesome. We cried. Just expressing how much she loved the song. Thank you, Allison, and thank you everyone for joining this evening. We're talking to Golda. If you're just joining us,
Mm.
she's sponsored by the National Cooperative Credit Union, the Blast Gaming, that is the Dominican National Lottery, as well as Caribbean. And we're talking a little bit about, her life and her upbringing and all of the things that she absolutely loved and did not love to do,
Mhm.
and essentially becoming
Mhm.
Gold Deluxe, or Gold Deluxe,
Mhm.
So after your break, you
Mm.
started after the collaboration again, like you said, it was kind of a rebirth for you as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
How did you start creating your sonicals, like you call them, like how did that come about?
It was magical because I'm like, yo, this song Rebirth, this is literally what I went through. So full disclosure, this song Rebirth, I wrote it about Dominica getting back on its feet in a nature way. So and the pictures, the graphics, it just exemplified the lyrics. But I was talking about a breakup and nobody would know. But I kind of I naturified the breakup and what it did to me, and then how me coming back to life. And then it also was applicable to my relationship with music, my breakup with music, and coming back to life. And I'm like, people hear music, but people don't understand what is behind it, what inspires it.
So it was like a
Yeah,
multi-dimensional
yeah.
experience.
It was very much. And then I'm like, I could really just be putting up my music and telling people what inspired it. And that's where Sonicals came from. Sonicals is a mixture of Sonics and Chronicles. So I tell them the story of what inspired the song, and then after I tell them the story, then I do a whole video. I haven't done Sonicals in a year, but that's because I've been busy doing acapellas. But my past Sonicals, I basically say what inspired the song, and then I release the song, so everybody knows the mindset behind it. It really started with Rebirth. I'm like, people want to know what's going on, like what inspired you to do it. So that's when I created Sonicals, and then from Sonicals, I got into I another part of what the Golda brand, the Golda Lux brand is mother covers.
What is pelotings?
Okay, Pelotings. We'll go back to mother covers. Pelotings. Pelotings is acapellas. Like, acapellas Pella, but Pelotings is acapella things. So
You Dominicanize everything.
yeah.
Customized.
So I basically take a song that I really like. I don't care what year it come out. It can come out whatever, and then I just redo it to my liking, to how I imagine it in my head, and then I share it with the world. And it's Pelotings now. It's Pelotings now. So that's another part of Golda Lux Productions, because Golda Lux Production has three branches. It has the Sonicals, Pelotings, which is the acapella, and then the mother covers, which is me doing a cover of an existing song, but in my way. So the Pelotings is more just strictly vocals, no music, just vocals alone. Alone. My vocals are the music, my vocals are the vocals, it's just vocals. But with mother
The music and the music and the music.
but with mother covers is like I have a musical bed that supports my vocals, like pretty much an ordinary song that I resang. And yeah, that's pretty much what Golda Lux Productions is about. But it first started with Sonicals when I was just coming from the sabbatical that I took.
How do you define your success in your life, or even in your current career?
My success is defined by, it's basic, but my happiness. Like, the fact that, remember when I tell you I had to sit back and say, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because it made me happy. Creating music, being in the creative process, putting all these things together, working with different musicians. That makes me happy. And I'm successful every time I'm sitting on this chair with this mic in my hands and I'm putting my vocals in Logic. And then I play it in my car. That is successful because God, I can't believe I just made that. I can't believe I just did that. Where did this come from? And then I share it with the world. My 2-3 little friends on Facebook and IG, and then they like it too. So I live through it. I live through the creative process. I live through it as a consumer, listening to it in my car, and then I live through it with my audience, who appreciate it. And
Yes, and then the wider world.
yeah, I mean, it's really small. I'm not really seeing. I gotta tell you, I'm not. If it happens, it happens. If the wider world sees it, then hey, have at it. But it's just sharing it with my community, my little community. It's better than just being in my playlist, And I go all out with my acapellas. I do these little videos for the visual experience, because I'm gonna do it well. Like, if I'm gonna present myself, I'm gonna present it well. I'm gonna, to the best of my abilities. But it's for my little community that I have, and a growing community. But so that's why I measure my success in just living through my creation. I that's pretty much it.
Wow, I love that you say that because I can relate. I'm not a singer, but I
Mm.
absolutely can relate. Like I remember saying to someone, because people always say, why are you doing so many things and you're doing, but I'm like, I only do things that I want to do.
To do, yes, isn't that
Like,
liberating? Like,
like, so I can be like, I was explaining to somebody, I'll be up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
mm,
doing like working on something, and I have to be up in the morning at like by 10.
right.
And some people are like, you overworked, you experience burnout, and I'm like, but I love it.
Love it. Yes.
Like sometimes I am there editing either a podcast, or I'm editing a video, or I'm working putting together the creatives behind a project.
Mhm.
And I'm just like I finish it and I go and like I relax. And so you're talking and I feel like I'm like going through it. Like you pause for a second. And
Yeah.
so I don't post it for on social media.
Mhm.
Oftentimes what I do is I share it with my circle
Mm,
of whether there are people that work with me,
right.
or whether, and I'm like, it's juicy, not true. That's like we go through this like experience, like,
Yes.
but if it's not juicy, like if I'm like trying to find something in there and they're gonna like inspire me and stuff,
Right.
they're not really juicy, like how you feel, and they know, like they just know it, and they're like, yeah, jelly juicy, like they get it. And then although sometimes it's like a client's
Mm,
product,
yes.
my
Yes.
product, and I have to hand it off to the client. Sometimes I feel
Baby.
like yes,
Yes.
Sacred I should have charged you twice as much. You're so,
No.
so you're talking and you've seen me there and you're probably wondering what's going through Jael's head, because you're saying something that I can relate to, although I'm not a singer. It's, I
Mm.
guess, creatives, and that's how
Anything, yeah.
we kind of process things, and it doesn't have to go for everybody to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
And I do so many things that everybody doesn't see,
Yeah.
and people, like, I've done things that have ended up on like big, massive platforms. Right?
Damn.
But my name is not attached to it because I did it for an organization. And oftentimes, my little group again,
Yeah.
we big time. We go
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
each other, like, and we're like, oh, you don't see what that was? Like, I remember once one of our projects ended up in like a big conference in San Diego.
Ooh.
And how I found out is somebody took a picture in front of it and tagged somebody I knew.
Oh shit.
I didn't even know that that was where it was going, right?
Shit.
And I'm like, so I'm sending it to her, but I said, that's my baby. And we're like, we're in San Diego. we're having a moment. And I remember like one of our projects ended up in Geneva, right? At a conference in Geneva.
Mm.
And I'm like telling my team, y'all, like we big, we dog.
Yeah.
We large, but
Yeah.
the money isn't large because you obviously, a lot of times you get projects through somebody, like sometimes it doesn't come directly to you. Like if it comes directly to you, then you can really, scale and stuff.
Yeah.
But still, because you love it,
Yeah.
it just feels like worthwhile, like your life has
Yes.
meaning.
You got it. That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
So I completely understand what you're saying, and I can, like, you're talking and my ears on fire because it's like you're talking my language, how do you stay connected to your roots, even while navigating, the music industry and all what you do, how do you still stay connected? Because we spoke about, how it's hard for you to be in that space. You love it, but like from a distance,
Yeah.
but how do you still, navigate that?
I do it. How I stay in it is, that's a good question. That's a really good question. How I stay in it on Facebook and reading people's status in the Dominican accent. That's one way. Another way is because Facebook telling you everything you need to know. But let's say on a more cultural sense, I work with a lot of these cultural producers, and like I do background vocals. I still do it. Like recently, I did the passing song for with Signal band, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, and a lot of majority of the producers that I work with, they are Dominicans, and we always reason and we speak about the culture. Like these are people who are immersed and they appreciate it, and we we share our views and we go back and forth. I mean, my cousin is a huge he's a musician. He used to be a musician in WCK, but he's a musician in general. So it's people like that who are so acclimated and well versed. I stay connected to it through them, and through participating in it musically. Like, cause I mean, if I can write a calypso if I need to. If I can write any bouyon song if I need to. I can do nasty business if I want to. I mean, we could go anywhere, you know. So these are different ways that I stay. That's a really good question, Jael. That is some top notch questions. Like that is how I stay connected. And it's also it's an intentional thing that I do, because I don't want it to just be strictly. I don't want to be too universal that I can't touch home, you know. And it's not just because I can't relate to certain things. It doesn't mean that I am far removed. No, it's just
Mm.
it's okay. I have when I'm in it, I'm in it. I'm in the zone. When I'm out of it, I'm out of it, and that's okay. But yeah, I intentionally through music, because that's my biggest connection source in anything anyway.
You like straddling.
Yeah.
You're straddling. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
feel like you
Yeah.
like we like channeling the same energy.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand completely because I'm exactly the same way. And I cannot deal with Dominica too much.
Mm.
But when I'm out, I need to get into it.
Yes.
I miss it, you know,
Yes. Yes.
and vice versa. When I'm in Dominica, I'm like, damn, I want to go back to Canada. And I'm like, I'm so much more creative when I'm in Canada than when
Mhm.
I'm in Dominica. But
Mhm.
in Dominica, I feel more connected, to the people and to
Yeah.
everything. And yes, I see so many opportunities to create and so
Mhm.
many things I could do. But it
Mhm.
becomes scrambled eggs in my head. And I need to leave
Yeah, you need to step out,
back to
step back in.
Canada. And
Yeah.
like, and I will sit down and I'll be like, that's what I want to do. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I
Yeah,
want to do.
yeah, it's inspiration.
It
Mhm.
makes so much more sense. So I can definitely relate. We have a few questions, so I wanna get to the question.
Mhm.
So Melinda is saying, Golda, it is lovely to see and listen to you. I am interested in finding out about copyright in relation to your pelletings. Not sure of the spelling. I think you spelled it right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, well, it's not my songs.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not sell it's precisely why I'm not putting it on streaming
Forms.
sites, and because these are not my songs. Yeah, I creatively recreate it, but I don't own it. I don't own the original. So it's not, yes, I'm using other people's songs, but I am aware I'm using other people's songs and I'm not making any money off of them.
But it's not for financial gain. It's not for financial.
It's
Yeah.
for just for fun, for putting it out there. And I mean, if any of them come to me and say, "Hey, you need to take that down," I'll take it down. It did what it had to do anyway, you know. So, but no, I'm not. I'm sure there's a way for me to make money off of it, make money off of my acapellas, like getting the proper licensing and all that. But it's not necessarily something that I'm focused on right now. I'm just so much more focused on the creativity part of it, and I'm not attached to them. I put them out there, they're out there now, and on to the next. So
Mhm.
no, I don't get permission from the original people to do it. I tag them to it. These are people that I love as creators, that I admire, and I too as an artist know how important it is for you to for people to kind of like give you your credit when you do something. And I do that when I post my songs, like I big them up. So, but I'm not making money off of it, so I don't really focus on the copywriting aspect of it, because I'm not making money. I don't,
Somebody mentioned sonicals and being original,
Mhm.
uh, and the fact that sonicals are original. And I guess I don't know if the person wants to ask a question about monetization in terms of do you actively pursue financial reward for example sonicals? Because I feel like, and probably that's what the person was asking, that's Ty Bruno. I feel like it's so original, yes, but it's so timeless and it's so unique because you get the you are in the person's head
Mm-hmm.
understanding why this was created,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you're hearing the creation and you're like, oh, so that's what they meant by this, and that's what they meant by that. And you can almost super analyze it too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what do you do with your sonicals? Is it again something that just remains out there in the creative space, or have you actively pursued monetization of it?
With my anything that is original, so everything that is created by Golda is copyrighted, and it's a sonical. Like, let's say the sonicals, you could get them on any streaming or down any store, any DSs, any of the DSs. You could download it, you could stream it, you could pay for it, you know. So I'm not I guess that's what they mean by monetizing.
Well,
Yeah, that's how I'm not monetizing it on YouTube. Like, I'm not going out of my way to. I want to. I mean, to make money from it. I don't have that much of a. I have a very small following. A very tiny, very very small.
YouTube has a lot. YouTube structure is different. You first have to have a 1K, at least 1K. But in
Mm.
addition to 1K, you have to have a certain amount of listener.
There you go. I don't have that.
So
When
for
I
you
say
to monetize it, yeah.
yeah, my community is very small. I don't have 1,000 followers on YouTube at all. I think I have like for the most part, I have like maybe I maybe have like I think I maybe have
Can,
300 people.
can your community help change that? Because if we go to your, because I believe in that. I mean, I believe, because a lot of times people don't understand how important it is for creators
Mm,
like yourself, like me, like other people who create stuff. Yes, we creating it, we entertaining you. You happy about it. All you have
mm,
to do is subscribe to the damn thing.
yeah. Yep. Yep.
And I feel like it's always like a recurring like song, like trying to tell people, hey, just subscribe. Like if I go on your page, and oftentimes, okay, depending on where I'm listening to it from, I may not subscribe instantly. But if
Mhm.
I'm on my computer or if I'm on my phone, or if it plays in my TV, it's harder for me to kind of just
Mhm.
subscribe because it's on my TV. And
Yeah.
of not even playing from my account. It's just playing because somebody told me about it and I just looked it up, right? But if it's on my phone,
Mm.
where I have, which is attached to my Gmail account or even on my computer, like hitting the subscribe button is ipakachueo. Like it does not kill you to like, and I feel like, and that is probably my way of appealing to folks to like subscribe to your channel because there's no reason, absolutely zero reason why you can have people embrace your music, embrace you as an artist, embrace what you do,
Mhm.
and you're not able to get money in that form just
Yeah.
because you don't have enough subscribers and enough, like so what, tell us your YouTube page so
My
all of those that not hypocrites on the live, all them non-sacque hypocrites can go and follow you and subscribe to your channel because it's very important, and people don't understand, like you may not be the one to want to ask for it,
yeah.
right? Like because you're like, oh, it's just something that I do,
No,
and whatever. But if there's patat money to make,
that too.
why stop yourself from not only that but also like opportunities opening up? Because the more people subscribe is the more people are
Yeah.
gonna see it, and the more people are
That,
gonna listen to it and stuff. So tell us before we forget, tell us your YouTube so we can all of our daily life taco if all you don't do it can tell us, share with us your YouTube page so we can actively support you.
it is Golda. The YouTube page actually have a name, like, because it's Goldalux, GOLDALUXE, GOLDALUXE.
Gold
Um,
Bucks.
I hope if you type in Goldalux a while and tell me what you see.
I'm gonna see if I can find it, just to make
Yeah.
sure that you're not talking Koshani.
Let me see, because I know if I type it in, I'll get it because it's on me. But
No, I'm just doing it now. So let's see if we find you. I forgot I was on my own YouTube, but Golda Lux.
Or Golda, Golda Lux, GOLDA, and then Golda Lux. Yeah, if you type it in just like that, GOLDA and then GOLDALUXE.
Yes, sure thing. I see sure thing. It comes up one time 7 months ago.
Yeah.
So you did a Pella things with sure things.
Yeah. It was an acapella.
I'm subscribed. You see?
Let me tell you when you subscribe. It was for my first it was not my acapella, it was my first sonical that I ever did. It was way back. That was like 2021.
Because I am like a fan. And I'm not a fan just in like I doesn't just bump my gums.
Yeah,
yeah. Subscribe when I feel like I'm like, damn, like she good. Like, and also sometimes I want to know when people release stuff. So I will, because I am not, as much as I'm on social media, I'm not very connected to social media. So I do my business because social media is work for me, right? I come on, I do my business, and I get out.
Yeah.
I love YouTube because I can actually turn on notifications on the artists that I love. And when they release stuff, I get a notification that person stuff, and I can go listen, whether I listen on my computer, I listen on my phone, I listen on the TV. I'm able to listen and stay in touch with people that way. So yeah, I mean, and I encourage folks to do that. I mean, that is the way our community can show up for us and support us. And we don't have to be begging like it's I
don't like doing that, Jael.
I know exactly, right?
I don't do it. Like I'm like I if I create content and I post a music video on my page and then I post it on my personal page, and then I don't want to think it's lazy. I just don't like telling people, hey, check out my song. I don't want to be that. Like, if you see it, you see it. If you don't catch that one, you'll catch the next one, then it will bring you.
Well, we're gonna get your community on here because people came on here to view you, to love you. They love your work. Go to Golda Lux, GOLDALUXE. Go to her page and hit subscribe. It does not. You will not lose an ounce of blood. I promise you. You will not feel like you're getting an injection. I promise you.
Oh my God.
And you can turn on your notifications. And when Golda has either pelletings or sonicals or mother covers dropping, you get first dibs into it. It's FRE. And once again in Dominica, it doesn't show no ads. So you can watch it. Free of ads.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a reason behind it, but we're not going to talk about it
Cool.
on here because I'm exploring. Like, you know me, I like money. You know that I posted that. I like money, so I like to make sure I inform myself, and I'm minding my business. You know, so in minding my business, you know, there's some things that you find out and stuff. But we want your community to support you. You can go on and you can follow. You can hit the subscribe. That's right. Ty Bruno is saying join the the community. No, he didn't say that. He just said join the community. I add in the extra pieces to it.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Anytime. And the fact that you remembered when I subscribed,
I'll never forget it. I was like,
wait, did you do a skip? And you're like, subscribe. There's somebody else I subscribed to their channel years ago.
Yeah.
And apparently one of my very first posts had something to do with them, and the person remembered like years later. It was, I'm not without kidding you, it was I started at Q95 in 2010, so it was before that. Right? And they remembered and they tell me, and they sent me to go and look in my own archives because they knew. And I was like, boy, sorry, you know, like, so people, it really means a lot to people when people follow and subscribe and don't feel like you're just another person, because we get the notifications and we see it and we may not respond right away and say thank you or whatnot, but we know, you know, in our subconsciousness that, especially if it's people we know, like, oh my God, that person raped me, you know, like you feel like, you know, that person raped me, and I got one person in my corner. So
Yeah, that's
go
a good
ahead and
one.
like and subscribe, okay? All right, I'm threatening you. All right, so Golda, we're wrapping down. We're coming down to the end. I know this has been an interesting conversation, and some folks probably do not want it to end. I don't want it to end. I think we're having a really good time, and I think we could continue until Jesus comes. But it is like 9:38 in the evening, and we gotta wrap it up.
Yes.
But I want to kind of find out a little bit about, you know, your advice in terms of like what sort of advice would you give to aspiring artists to find their voice, their path in this industry? Like, what would you say to? Because you know, like now we have like so many. Like Bouillon is a shit now in Dominica,
Mm.
and Samaj is on there. Oh my god, I'm loving this interview, Samaj. Samaj, you're the bomb.com, okay?
Yes.
Um, so you know, like there are a lot of artists, up and coming artists in Dominica. There are people, even people who are like, boy, Bouillon, what the actually gonna do a Bouillon song, man. You know, like everybody wants to be in it because it haunts.
Yes.
And not only that, but everybody sees they're seeing opportunities because a lot of the Bouillon artists, they've been traveling, they go in France, them and all over the place, them and large,
Mm.
right? And I'm just using Bouillon as a reference. But
Mm.
from your perspective, what kind of advice would you give to people, young people in Dominica who are aspiring to? I mean, we missed out on so many things. I didn't even mention that you did the thing with sister singers and all that, but we did mention sister singers. But yeah, but so many things in my head going on in my head. But I really want to know about your advice as it relates to, because you are somebody that people can look up to. You're so creative, but you're in your own niche. Like you have your own, your path is so defined, you know,
Mhm.
in its own way, and you've chosen your own way. What advice would you give to artists?
I first I'll tell them that artists are not monoliths. Like we're not. It's not a one size fit all. Everybody have an idea of what success looks like, and how you should make it, and you have to define your own success. And as soon as you can define it, then go in that direction, because you will never feel like you're lacking. And I feel like also people need to create their own experiences. There are too many times that we live through what people tell us, or we live through the instructions of what the person who are instructing was instructed. We don't have to follow. It's not linear. We don't have to follow a specific path. There's so many ways to do it. If you do not necessarily, if you just want to do it, if you just honestly, if you're just a person that likes creating, and you want to listen to it in your playlist, and you don't want to put it into the world, that's fine. Play it in your playlist. That's cool. You don't you could make music and you don't need to put it out there. You can just put it for yourself and play it. If on the other hand, you want to do a song, you don't necessarily want to be famous, or you don't necessarily want to be performing on stages and making money. You just feel inspired to do one song, two song, one song a month. Do it. You don't have to monetize. Let me not say monetize. You don't have to necessarily be the product all the time. You can really just be the human behind the art. You could just be the vessel of creation. You don't have to always be a commodity to be sold.
Mhm.
First of all, when it the talent that was given to you, I mean, there are people who are enterprising, and there are people who they will find a way to make a business out of it because their passion is in business, and then that's one thing. There you go, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then there are people who are just creators, who they just want to create, right? And then it gets so overwhelming when you get to the part of, okay, how do I bring this into, how do I market this to somebody, how do I do, and then you just don't want to do it anymore because you're just thinking of how do I do it. Just do it. Like, you don't need a plan. Just put it out there, or keep it in there. Whatever you want to do with it, do with it, because it was a gift given to you by a higher power anyway.
Mhm.
um Enjoy your talent. Don't feel pressure to go in any specific direction.
Oh wow, this is like speaks volumes. Even to me, I mean, there are multiple things that I can do,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of it I do, and I need to get paid. But like, there's some things that I do, and I do because I love to do it.
Yeah.
Like MCing, I love to MC. Like it's just something, and I think I'm damn good at it, you know. And I've felt, you know, like what you're saying here is it resonate. I felt so much like hate in Dominica as an MC,
Mm-hmm.
like so much like resentment as an MC. And in Canada, like Lord, I like on a freaking pedestal, getting paid like top dollar, and I don't even want to get paid really, like it's not something that, because I just like to parley.
Mm.
And I love to see people's response,
Yeah.
so whether it is an artist or whether it is a motivational speaker,
Right.
and like hype them up leading up into it, like today, like I had an opportunity to be part of like this amazing event,
Mm.
where Black women who in tech, came together in Canada, like all across Canada in
Mhm.
one space. And I am there emceeing for them, and they're coming up to me. They're like, "Oh my God, you're so good! I want you to take me to the next event." And you're so like I was all up in the crowd because I mean that's what I love to do,
Mhm.
And your advice is just so solid. It's like I just put it out there that I
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
And the organizers found me.
Yeah.
They found me on Instagram. They
Mhm.
reached out to me, and the rest is history. Now they want me to come to all of these places to MC their events. And these
Mhm.
are people who give away like $500,000 to people like every year.
Ooh.
They had a pitch, a grand pitch today, and somebody walked away with $20,000 cash. And I'm just like, "Hola, moye," like you. I'm there, I'm there looking, and I'm like, geez, like, look, I'm in the presence of like
Yeah.
they're millionaires.
Yeah.
Black women who are millionaires who are saying to me, like, "You going back where? To what country? Like, we have use for you here," And then you think about that and you compartmentalize it and you're like, what? You getting so much hate where you really want to be.
Mhm.
And here is the appreciation there, like, and you don't even want to do it for pay. You just
Yeah.
love it, So it's just so real what you're saying. It's so solid what you're saying. And I hope artists, who are listening, don't just take one side of it and don't see the other side of it. Just because everybody in it doesn't mean it's for
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
It's not
Yeah.
like it's not a wash your foot and come.
Mhm.
You have to make it great. It has to be exceptional, and
Yeah.
and that's why people like you keep winning and you keep inspiring others because you're so authentic in your creating, in your curating, in your putting it out for even if it's for 10 people
Yeah.
see it, and we like I've probably watched like some of your videos like a few times.
Really? Really? Oh, what? I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know.
Tell those Sakwe Tone people that on there to follow.
Yes.
And follow, and like I mean because you create really good content, and you're solid, and you should be doing things for like Disney, the people that you looked at, you know
That was always a dream for me to do stuff for Disney.
yeah,
But you know,
I
you
think
grow older. You know.
but you see you may feel Golda that, oh, I'm doing it for my little people, my little community and whatever. But your community can support you in such a way that sharing your stuff,
Mm.
like, and people don't understand the how meaningful that is. Because your community might have other people in their community who have other people in their community, and it
Yeah.
ends up on the A&R or the next movie or the next, it ends
Yeah.
up in front of them, and they're like, damn, who is this girl? Like, I want to get her stuff in my shit. Like, she's good, right? So even as much as we're like, I don't want to tell you to like share it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and that is something I used to tell. There's another artist that I found really amazing, and I used to say to her, "Share your stuff." I'm like, "You have so much to say, not just sing." That's Jade, right? I'm like, "Share it, Jade." I'm like, and Jade's videos always go viral.
You're
Like,
talking about the Jade, the singer Jade with the yeah.
videos are always going on. I'm like,
Yes.
even with her book, when she won the Brooklyn Festival, I was like, "Why you want to hold it to yourself? Put it out there." She won. She won. Like people, we out there like super freaking beast doing amazing things,
Yeah.
you know, and people don't even understand. And it's because there's 1-2 people in our community that, you know, like even like tonight, like 1-2 people reach out to me at the event, and they're like, hey, I can connect you with, and I can like, that is
Yes.
how
Yeah. That's
that's
how we
how
do it.
we can help each other out,
We can.
you know.
We
and
can.
and and it doesn't even have to come with an ask. It could just be something that happens naturally
Yeah.
when you see people creating, because creating, somebody made the statement, creating is so much hard work. And even if we love it,
Mm-hmm.
and for us it was just like, oh,
Ah.
like, but to get recognized for
Mm-hmm.
it by especially people who rate shit so heavy,
Yeah.
it gives you a different appreciation for even your own content,
Yeah.
the work that you put in,
Yeah.
you know. And I think you're an amazing artist. I think you're super talented. I think you're like somebody that we should watch. And I'm telling those Dominicans that on the live, because a lot of times when you see we end up in big spaces,
Mm-hmm.
Dominican, you know, my cousin, my shit, cousin, you know, you remember when you used to work by the bus stop in Bali? All of a sudden they know you, right?
Yeah.
Whereas they could really know you
Mm-hmm.
on your journey, and it not just be like, which is why I appreciate my community, especially my Facebook community,
Yeah.
because they share my shit, you know, and they know themselves. The top of tops, y'all know yourselves with a nice good diamond next to y'all, right, Neva George? Yeah, we know. I know y'all, you know, with the little diamonds next to your names, because I can recognize that, and I can recognize that and even like they come in my DMs, and I
Mm.
don't check my DMs, but like I don't check my DMs on Facebook. I have 36K people. You know the amount of
Yeah, that stuff.
pictures I just get, weird pictures I just get,
Oh, snap.
the amount of like things. So I don't check.
Yeah.
But when these pop up, my
Mm.
top of tops, because I know my top of tops, they're the sharers.
Mm.
They're the ones that are tagging people. They're the ones that are following. They're the ones that will make noise when they get a notification that I'm live, right?
Yeah.
That's my community, and I appreciate them, and I love that they will continue to 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 support, and they'll continue to do that,
Mm.
because when they, you know, I give them full authority when I do things for them. To say, it's my cousin, I is their cousin. Be quiet, I am their cousin. All right,
Yeah.
you don't know them like I do. All
Yeah.
right,
Mhm.
and I want you to have that kind of community. I know you have friends and followers that love your stuff, but you can also build that community on
I
YouTube
agree.
that will love your music and share your music and send it to somebody, because oh, they were feeling some kind of way, and hello, like, don't you know that this is gonna, I sent your video, one of your videos, to somebody that I know that loves that Miguel Shore thing song, and so I sent it to them, and they're like, oh my god, I love her version. I make sure Sakwitone
That's
subscribe,
dope.
right? Because I know they like that song, and I think that they could relate. But I just really want to leave you with the final say. You know, we've said a lot. I've said a lot. And yeah, I really want you to have your final say. I know you must have people on there, people who were messaging you, people who were talking to you, people who were commenting, people who probably just you want to shout out, or any of the above. And those, yeah, the floor is yours.
I didn't see. I didn't, because if I look away, it's my eyes are going to be looking towards my phone, and I didn't want to be disrespectful.
Well,
So
a lot
I
of people on there saying hi.
oh, tell them hi for me. I don't know who's saying hi. I don't know what happening in the chat section. I don't even know. Like, it's just tell them I'm really I apologize for that. It's just I didn't want my eyes to.
You'll go back and watch
I'll
and,
go back and watch.
and comment. Okay,
Yes,
people.
I appreciate everybody who showed me love in the comment section, and everybody who following me or following me on the low, or they're into my stuff. I Thank you very much. I know I don't share as much as I Jael would love me to, and but but
You're doing it at your own pace, and
yeah,
that's okay. You do it at your own pace. I'm all right with that.
good. Yes,
I just want them to love you as much as I do. I don't whenever you share,
Mm-hmm.
they can share your stuff with people, and because that's how we can actually, that's what validates, she's my cousin,
Yes.
that is what validates that shit. Because when you say she's my cousin, I don't feel no about it because I know we cousins because you
Yeah,
support
real,
me. Yeah.
real, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what do people usually say in the final say? Like, give me an example so I can say it. Like,
I wanna thank my mother,
oh,
for birthing me.
thank you,
Um,
mom. And for birthing me, and for just being there. Who else? Come on, keep going. What to say? What what to say?
I want to thank my support system. Do you have a partner? Do you have are you married? Are
I'm
you
a chief cook and bottle washer. Like, I'm it's my part. Yeah, I'd like to thank my partner, my Jael. Why are you making me do this? I don't know what to say. I I don't know what to say. Like, fix your face. It's
all of
everybody.
a sudden you're nervous?
Well, it's not even nervous. It's Remember I tell you the last time I did an interview. It's been a
10 years
while.
ago.
Couple, yeah, it's been a decade. At least a decade. At least I know it's more than a decade. I say in a decade to say face. So I don't necessarily know what they say in the end, but everything Jael said that I'm supposed to say, imagine me saying it. Please, everybody don't feel left out. And Jael, I really like to thank you for the opportunity for seeing me. Because honestly, I sometimes I feel like a goldfish in the Pacific Ocean, like a goldfish, how it's tiny. I you just it I feel invisible sometimes. And then the fact that you were even like you wanted to do an interview, because I'm not famous, like, I'm not as major or as other local acts.
I don't think, no, take that back.
Oh yeah.
Never. I think you're as famous as people want you to be. You have nothing to do with your fame. You have
Mm.
absolutely nothing to do with it. Like my son is convinced that I'm famous, and I'm like, "Yo, my bank account needs to show that fame." And he's like, "No, mommy. Like if I drop your name, I get shit done."
Yeah, yeah,
He's like, "You're famous," and he doesn't care what I say. I can say, and I'm like, "Yo, it doesn't appear that way in my bank account. When it's appearing that way in my bank account,
yeah.
then we can like amplify that fame. You can say that, right? And I'm gonna use that on you. You're as famous as people feel you are.
Okay.
I feel you're well known in Dominica. People know your name, right? People know some of the stuff. I hear people having conversations about songs that you might have sang or things that places that you might have performed in, and so people are talking about
Mm.
and once people are talking about you, is that they recognize the real that you are, and it's just a matter of time before someone that needs to make you absolutely feel famous slides into your DM or into your emails and say like, when can we meet? Here's a contract, and I'm manifesting that for you. I don't know if that's what you want, but if that's what you want, I'm manifesting that for you, that you get all of these great things, because I find you so super super talented. I almost said super Lee. I almost create a Hollywood there. I find you so talented, and the way that you do things, like I have not seen anybody do it like it. And it's unique. It's unique, and it's authentic, and it's joyful. It puts a smile. It makes you cry. All you get the emotions, right? Liming Patty is a great Golda song, one of my favorites. Somebody
Oh,
say, yeah.
oh,
So folks enjoy you, and you're famous, Golda, and even if you were not famous in your eyes, or even to anybody's eyes, in my eyes, I see a lot of richness in you.
oh man, girl, thank you.
But of course,
I appreciate that.
you're rich, man. You're rich,
Thank
right?
you.
And that's where the fame's at,
Yeah,
right?
I
And
appreciate that.
and I wish you all the best. I truly do wish you all the best. I look forward to your future projects. Um, you can tag me if you might not think I'm your friend, but you can tag me and stuff. I will share it once I get the notification. I will share it, and because I share people's stuff all the time, and I feel like the only way that we can really get where we need to get is if we show support to our community. We can't know you and not support you.
Yeah.
How can we not? How? Why? Like, it
Yeah.
makes no sense
Yeah.
to me, at least.
I
So
really
thanks for coming on my show.
thank you for having me. Really, thank you for having me. The words that you said, they're really moving. I I'm still in shock that you see like my stuff, like you're actually out here looking for and looking at my stuff like that. I would have never known if you didn't tell me. So I appreciate it, and I will never forget this interview. I will never forget it, because I mean, like, bruh, like, I still can't believe that it is actually happening. Um, but I'm humbled by it, and I appreciate you for, like I said, seeing me. Well, yeah, thank
Girl,
you.
you talented, girl. No tears here, okay? Nobody knows.
Yeah, no, 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 no.
Let's put on some music. It was a pleasure having you on, Golda, and I wish you all the best. Make sure, guys, those of you who have not yet, go follow, like, subscribe, Golda Lux on YouTube. You can subscribe to her. Where's your music played? At Spotify? Where are you?
It's on Apple Music and Spotify are the two major platforms that it's on, so you can find it there for sure. And of course, my YouTube page, and I also post on my IG. I'll go in the comment section and I'll leave my IG link and everything.
Just put it in there, and people can follow you. Put your stuff out there. You know, I know you want to keep it to yourself, but share the thing.
It's out there. It's out there. It's out there.
Share the thing, right?
Yeah.
Thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye, guys. We have to go. This was wonderful. I had so much fun. I don't know about you. I was like, I love just, I love doing this, but I love doing this even more when I absolutely like love the artist, and it's not somebody that reach out to me, or it's the person, like, like, I'm not saying that when people reach out to me I'm gonna feel differently about it, but then it feels I have to get to know them before I really get to know them. But with Golda, I just felt really a deep connection. Like, I had to have her on my show, and I want to pick up Samaj. Samaj was in the comment section, and Samaj is the boss. Okay, Samaj is the boss, and thank you to all of you who showed your love and support and shared the life. Thank you to my sponsors. I want to say thank you very much to the National Cooperative Credit Union, your financial community partner. I want to say thank you very much to the Dominica National Lottery, Blast Gaming, and they have 13 locations across Dominica. Stay tuned. They have something big coming up in store soon, and of course, Caribbean. Because anything else, why not? Why are we drinking anything else but Caribbean? All right, make sure whatever you're doing this week, at the end of it, reward yourself for Caribbean, right? And have yourself a great evening, guys. Thank you very much again. I know it's a bit late. We normally are not on this late, but I want to appreciate you. I want to show you some love. And say thank you very much for staying on with us this late. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a really special show. The Waterworks might come, okay? It's a show that I have been like pacing myself for. You gotta stay tuned. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to all of my social media platforms. Make sure you check out blackislandgirl.com. We have new stories releasing every single day. Every couple of days, we have new stories dropping there. And show your love and your support. I really appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. All right? Well, it won't be same time. It'll be earlier. It'll be 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Atlantic Standard Time. Bye-bye.